Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Right now here on Bitcoin we have broken microstructure, so I want to cover both Bitcoin, Ethereum and altcoins in this video because I do think right now we're at a very crucial level and it is possible that we're starting the bear market. So I want to discuss this in the video. So as you guys know, this is a pitchfork we were talking about yesterday. We said as long as we can stay above this line here, the 0.5 line here of this massive pitchfork, the bullish bias is still in play. Right now it looks like on the daily we're gonna close below it. In 6 hours we get the daily close, which does look very bearish, and on the weekly we have yet to see. But in my opinion, I think the weekly chart is most likely also gonna close below. So I do think that this is a bearish signal now. So unfortunately, just we have to follow our plan. So I have now personally flipped bearish for Bitcoin here in the short term at least. I don't think this median line here is gonna get reached. If ever, we have to see. Maybe in years it could we could go up there, but for the time being I think we're not gonna go to the median line here. I do think we're gonna go lower. If we go away on the log scale, the same pitchfork we have, all the thing we do, all we have to do is change from the log scale. So you have the log scale and go away from it. This can also act as magnets, but on the way down. So in my opinion, I do think it's possible that price wants to retrace back here to the median line, which is sitting at around 52,000. It also aligns very nicely with a demand zone here. So if we come here, we have a nice demand zone here, which I do think is waiting to get filled. So here's a lot of buy orders sitting down here. So the next liquidity for us would be around 52,000. I know it's quite a big drop, so we still have to see. We're probably not gonna go straight. We might get a rebound here before then we'll continue more down. So this is something I'm looking at on the macro perspective. We also have to pay attention to that here's an empty volume gap here on the left side. So there's not really any support here until 52,000, and this would correlate nicely with the median line. So something like this I'm looking at right now. I'm not exactly calling the bear market to start because I do think that the market has changed. Like the previous bull markets we usually had a big bull market and then we had a big bear market. Similar here, last bull market, huge bull market, then we had a huge bear market. But here we only just now had the halving on Bitcoin. So I do believe we can go lower without really starting a long bear market. So we could still start trending down here for a few more months and then continue to rise up again. So that's why right now I want to take this one day at a time, because if we also check on the Ethereum chart, so the Ethereum chart hasn't yet reached its target. That's why I still think that we're not entering a multi-year bear market like the previous times. I do think we're still in a just more extended bull market, or whatever you want to call it. It could be sideways. So let's say we do something like this. We'll come down here. We could even go down here to 43, just an example, and then continue to go higher. So in my opinion, this could maybe be a smaller bear market that we have right now. But I do think the next target is at 52,000. Then from there, we have to see. We'll check the Ethereum chart. The short here we're talking about the 0.31. I try to tell you guys, if you're because see a lot of people saying they were over leveraged or they were holding a lot of altcoins. I said it's very important to hedge yourself. So you can see here when we got the daily close below, I said right here, here's a good place to open a short. Even though I did say that this short will hopefully hit stop loss because this is a hedge. It looks like it played out perfectly right now. So we can see here when Ethereum gave us the signal here, we took from the highs to the lows, basically this Fibonacci here, and you can see here Ethereum tried to test this 0.31 Fibonacci 3 times actually, and it failed all 3 times. So I said here's a good place to open a short, stop loss above the wick, and then you want to aim for the minus 0.236. As you can see, we almost hit it. If you go away on the log scale, we are almost there as well. So I do think right now Ethereum is at support. If you're still in the Ethereum short, personally I would look to close it because I do think we can start bouncing here soon. We also have a nice demand zone here on Ethereum. So in my opinion, I do think Ethereum can start bouncing here. We're also sitting on this major 0.5 line of Ethereum. So as I've been saying, I do think Ethereum is going to go up to this median line here. So the bull market for Ethereum is not over. Even no matter what Bitcoin does, the analysis for Ethereum hasn't changed. So my Ethereum, I'm not selling any of my Ethereum holdings. I'm actually buying more here personally, because it's just a matter of time before we go to this median line. But as I said, we need patience. This bull market are not going to play in a few weeks. They can even take years. So we can still go sideways here. And let's say by the end of the year, Ethereum does something like that. So we need to stay patient. Ethereum hasn't reached any of its targets. But if we look here on Bitcoin, what worries me the most here is that if we go and we use the lows from here, so I have a different chart here on the weekly. So this was my first bull market top as I was talking on BTC. I said this median line here. So this is a shift pitchfork where you, the modified shift pitchfork, but from the lows here. But then later on I changed my target and you was starting using this low here, but it looks like the market didn't have enough strength. So this is one reason I do think we're entering some kind of mini bear market here, and I do think we're gonna go lower. This was actually, we can check here in the Discord, I think it was here on the macro predictions. We can see here, this was actually one of my first posts. So I said here, I'm calling the bull run top. This was back in February, I posted 2nd of February, months in advance. I said I do believe this median line is gonna be the exact top. And you can see we took from the all-time lows here, from the previous bear market, to the highs, to the recent lows, and it looks like it has actually played out perfectly right now. So it looks like my first analysis was correct, even though later on I switched and I thought this was going to be the high. But for right now, as I said, it's important to take one step at a time. So we have to wait until we come down to 52,000. That's when I'm going to see to consider to buy. Lastly, I want to cover altcoins because as I've been saying, I said on altcoins, we have been being bullish here lately. I said the 0.31 here, as long as we can hold it, I do believe we're going to start the fifth wave. But we can see here that it looks like we're breaking down below. So we have to wait for the weekly close. But right now we really got quite a deep week down here. So if we, in the next few days, if we cannot get bought, if the price cannot get bought back up above the 0.31, I do believe altcoins are gonna going much lower. I have a one big target down here at 489 billion. So I do think altcoins can drop more. As you guys can see, a lot of altcoins are taking quite big hits because there are too many altcoins in the market. As I've been saying, not everybody in this market is gonna make money. That's why I've been telling you people, altcoins are very tricky to trade nowadays. It's not like in the previous bull markets you could buy any altcoin and they were 10-20x. I see a lot of influencers talking about you're gonna buy this coin for 10x, 20x. I said you're lucky even if you get a 2 or 3x on any of these altcoins, because a lot of them are already way over leveraged and they need to go much lower. So right now we have to keep an eye here on the total 3. In my opinion, my guess is we're gonna close below, which is gonna invalidate my Elliott wave count, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which I do think then altcoins are gonna also go into a temporary bear market because there are too many altcoins in the system, and I do think a lot of them need to go to zero, especially the bad ones. So you really want to have a look here at the total 3. Of course, I'm not yet selling any altcoins. I want to see the weekly close here, but as soon as we get the weekly close, I'll be exiting personally some of my altcoin positions because I don't think it would be worth holding while altcoins continue to dump. So that's my outlook right now for the market. Please comment down below what you think of the market. A lot of people are saying we're entering into a bear market. In my opinion, I don't think the full bear market is here. I still do think here Ethereum has higher targets to go. Ethereum hasn't done much this bull market at all, but I do think we could enter to a period where market goes down. So please leave a like, make sure to join the Discord for any more questions, and see you again tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach